Hello everyone and welcome into the Butt Fumble Sports Daily Show. It is Sunday, August 27th, and we have a full hour ahead of us. There's already a baseball game that has started, but we have plenty of action to get to. Plus, for so many of you, like myself, it is fantasy football draft day, so if you have fantasy questions, we're here for you. As always, I want to make sure you guys are a part of the show as much as possible. So if you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, or on TikTok Live, fire away with your questions. They can be sports betting questions, they can be fantasy football questions, they can be DFS questions. We're here for all of it. Egg, hope you're having a great day. Hope you're doing well today. If you guys have questions about fantasy football mock drafts, who to take where, we're here to help you guys out. If you're watching on YouTube right now, Twitch or Kick, make sure that you fire away with your questions. I'm standing by to answer all of them. Jorge, it is wonderful to see you. Appreciate all of you who watch on YouTube. We're really trying to drive those hours. Love seeing those on TikTok as well. If you guys have questions about your fantasy football drafts, sports betting, or anything else, want to make sure I shout out our sponsor for today's show. It is SHARPZ. Go beyond bet tracking with the better social network SHARPZ. Making sure that you guys know what I'm asking for. Hit me up on Instagram. I'll share a link with you guys. DM us, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. I'll share a link with you guys after the show. You can tail all of my picks. What do I mean by that? You can go download the SHARPZ app. You can see all the bets I make. And if you link your sportsbook or your DFS website to the SHARPZ app, if you like a bet that I made or you like a bet that I call out, you can literally hit the whale's tail and it takes you right to your sportsbook and you can bet it. So it's a way that we can literally follow each other. I've been doing it with you guys as well if you guys have signed up. So the celebrity shot contest that we've been doing earlier for the last few months of the show, now we have a way for me to actually bet that. Rather than me just writing it on my board here on the show, I can actually tail your picks. I can actually tail what you guys like. That's one of the reasons I was so about SHARPZ and wanted to make sure they were a sponsor of the show. So with that said, just want to call them out, appreciate them sponsoring the show. That is what it is though. We've got work to do with our picks. If you guys have questions, here to help you guys out, Jorge, Walker, Pacheco, or Akers. I would go with Pacheco, I think, slightly over Walker. I think it's tight between those two. Elliot Robinson, great to see you as well. Appreciate you watching on YouTube. Really appreciate those who watch on YouTube. Let's give out some picks, everybody. Let's give out some picks to say thank you to everybody who's watching the show today, for everybody who's a part of this amazing Butt Fumble Sports community. Okay, I know the game's gotten underway, but I'm calling it out anyways. Angels, I've got them covering. I'm putting that out there. I think Shohei Ohtani's going to hit a home run. Again, if you follow me on SHARPZ, you would have already seen this, but I want to make sure I call it out anyway so you guys know what I took in that game. I also took Francisco Alvarez to hit a home run, Shohei Ohtani and Alvarez to hit a home run. Elite Sports Cards, a zero running back strategy will not do you well. I definitely think investing in running backs is a valuable part of any draft. Who is better in the long run, Hall or Dalvin Cook? In the long run, Breece Hall. Not even a question about it. Additionally, I also didn't I take, yeah. So I also took Shohei Ohtani on over half a walk. These early games are brutal, I got to admit. Shohei Ohtani, over half a hit. So a couple of plays for you guys. I've got plenty of plays to give out. How do we give out our picks here at Butt Fumble Sports? All you got to do is share the channel. Doesn't matter who you are, all you got to do is share the channel. Any first five money line plays today, there weren't too many that I was crazy about today. Elliot Robinson. Overall, I feel like this is a day in which we could see a lot of close games. I think the Mariners is a good first five money line play. So Joe Warren, appreciate you sharing the channel. Let me get that one up on the board. I like that one. Mariners, first five on the money line. I would also take the Mariners on the money line. Not a sexy play, but certainly one that I'd love to dish out there for you guys. Again, every time you guys share the channel, we give out some of the picks that we like today. But I think this is going to be one of those kind of Sundays where you got a lot of close games. So I actually have a lot of picks right now in which there are kind of some cover plays. We just got another share of the channel by Fozzie. Fozzie, what's up? Let's get the Red Sox to cover up on the board. Red Sox plus 1.5 is the next pick that I like. Really about the starting pitching matchup with Tanner Houck. But to Jorge's question about do I like Mookie Betts over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, or over 1.5 bases rather, the answer is yes. Mookie Betts over 1.5 bases. It has been as good as gold of late. Definitely taking that. Definitely like Mookie Betts on over 1.5 bases. Additionally, Freddie Freeman, I'm going to keep going back to this well, over 1.5 bases. Yesterday, I don't believe it cashed simply because he had too many walks, but not a problem. I know there are some sports books that don't recognize that. Kev Bears, what's up? Help. Auction League. Love auction leagues. Eckler's going for $75. That's ridiculous. That's way too high. Keep Eckler for $75. Sanders 11. Ramondre at 30. I like. Devontae Adams at $70 is stupid. That's a stupid... You've got some people who are overspending in that league. Save your money. Save your capital. You'll be better off. I took Houck over 3.5 strikeouts and over 5.5 hits. Let's do some quick research to answer that question about Tanner Houck. We're going to look at Tanner Houck, do some quick research. You were asking about strikeouts. Right now, the over on strikeouts is a good play right now. Over 3.5 for Tanner Houck. 58% implied probability. I like that play. So that's a good call by HMM. Tanner Houck over 3.5 strikeouts. You also took the over 5.5 hits. The under 5.5 hits is the better trend that I see. So I actually wouldn't agree with that play. User 49 is asking about the Cubs on the money line. I continue to be the guy who goes with the Pirates in that series. I just don't have faith in the Cubs. So overall, I'm not crazy about the Cubs. I like the Pirates to cover. Pirates plus 1.5. I'll put that one up on the board. I know I've been hitting on that one a little bit too much in that series. I just don't believe in the Cubs nearly as much as I did as a few weeks ago. One play I do like for that game, though, that I give out right now, Cubs and Pirates over 7.5 runs. Jorge is asking about Charlie Blackmon. Love Charlie Blackmon today, Jorge. Think you're sniffing up the right tree. You're exactly right. Charlie Blackmon, really good numbers against the starting pitcher that he'll be facing, and he has a good batting average over the last 7 days. So I like Charlie Blackmon as well. I do have him on my list of players. I got him specifically at over half a hit at a chalky spot, but I totally think that's a good play at over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. If you want to check out all of my picks, you can download the SHARPZ app, and you can see all of my picks, and you can tail them. If you connect your sportsbook, you can literally hit the pick of mine that you like, hit the whale's tail, and you can literally bet on the picks that I like. We're not doing a mock draft today, Elliot Robinson. Are you on both YouTube and on TikTok? I love it. Thoughts on Kamara? Not crazy about him. The suspension concerns me. The only thing I do like about him, if he's a draft and stash, he might have value later in your season. Think around playoff push or playoff time in your fantasy season. He's going to be more rested, and I do think he fits well into the Saints offense, but I think the loss of value early in the year, make sure you're not overdrafting him. You also asked about Rachaad White. To me, it's all about Baker Mayfield. It's all about that offensive line. The Ryan Jensen news makes me concerned. I would pull back on Rachaad White. I thought he was a decent sleeper in the kind of Cam Akers category of bad team but could put up good numbers. Same as James Conner. I feel a little bit less confident about that now simply because of the Ryan Jensen injury. I think that's going to really impact the continuity and the strength of that offensive line in Tampa Bay. So I'm not as high on Rachaad White as I was literally 72, 48, 24 hours ago. Drew Shapiro, what's happening? Rate this 12-man team. Deshaun, Jacobs, Mixon, Hill, Godwin, and Njoku, Hollywood Brown. You lost me with Hollywood Brown. I really don't like that. I would try to move from him and get someone else as my backup wide receiver. I just don't have faith in whatever the passing game is in Arizona. I'm not as high on Mixon, but once you said you got Kenneth Walker III, I feel better about that one. So I think it's a good team. I would rate it probably a B right now, shading closer to a B-. I think you're taking some chances. Godwin, Hollywood Brown, Mixon. 12-man league, though, I know is tough. So, Drew, I'm certainly not giving you a hard time. It's just it's tough to get around that 12-man league, especially if you have good competition. If you don't have dolts in your league, it's much harder. Who will be there at 2-12, 3-1, drafting first overall? Look for Jahmyr Gibbs. See if he makes it around the turn. Travis Etienne may make it around the turn. Chris Olave may make it around the turn. Then you got to start thinking about, okay, am I curious about taking a quarterback? Would Jalen Hurts be a good pick at one of those two spots? I'm not high on taking a tight end in my first 3 rounds usually, but some people have been taking Mark Andrews in the 3rd round. There are some other wide receivers that are certainly available, but it really is about how does it shake out. One thing I will definitely make note for all of those that are watching, keep in mind who you're drafting against. Drafts are like poker. You're not as much playing the cards, you're playing the opponent. So is there an owner in your league who loves a certain team? He loves the Cowboys, so you know he's going to go after Tony Pollard. You know he's going to go after CeeDee Lamb. See if you can try and play into that a little bit in your strategy, not necessarily over-relying on it, but just making the assumption that the likelihood that they take a player from that team maybe is up a little bit higher. So just something to consider. Saquon or Josh Jacobs? I think I'd rather have Saquon Barkley, more because I feel like the mess in Las Vegas is only going to grow when Jimmy G inevitably gets hurt. Rate my team: Lawrence, Pollard, Etienne, Justin Jefferson, Cooper Kupp, Hawkinson, Devontae Smith. That is a loaded team. Fantastic team. You got to consider that an A- team. Absolutely love it. No, user 67209. That's a fantastic team. HMM, I have Bijan, Pollard, Olave, Ridley, Madison. Trade for guys with higher floors or rely on the upside. So the only person out of that group that I'm not big on is Madison. But given who you have at running back, he's a nice 3rd option because if he develops into a number 2, there's something for you there. We just got to share the channel. Every time you guys share the channel on TikTok Live, we give out a play. Someone is asking about it. Jorge's asking about Eloy Jimenez. So let's give out that play right now. I really like Eloy Jimenez today. I'm taking Eloy Jimenez over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. He's been hot of late. Good numbers against the starting pitcher. So I like Eloy Jimenez today. Additionally, from that White Sox game against the Oakland A's, I am also taking Tim Anderson over 0.5 run. Bit of a risky play, but he's been hot of late. Again, 300 average against the starting pitcher. So I feel good about that. Think there's going to be some offense in that one. One last one from that game. I am also going to take Tony Kemp over 0.5 hit. And this also gives me the opportunity to flip it around and give out a stolen base play. One of you guys just shared the channel, so I get to give this out. I like Tony Kemp to steal a base today. Tony Kemp to steal a base. He's going up against Mike Clevenger. There are actually a couple starting pitchers today in baseball who give up a ton of stolen bases. Noah Syndergaard is the worst pitcher in baseball at holding runners and preventing stolen bases. Mike Clevenger is a top 5 worst pitcher in baseball at preventing stolen bases. Alex Fado of the Detroit Tigers is in the top 20, top 25 worst pitchers in baseball at preventing stolen bases. So, what does that lead me to conclude? I like the Houston Astros against Alex Fado. I like Tony Kemp and the Oakland A's. I really like Tony Kemp specifically for a stolen base against Mike Clevenger. And in that Guardians-Blue Jays game, I looked for Whit Merrifield. He may not be in the lineup. I couldn't get a bet on him. I took George Springer instead. I'm going to put that one on the board because someone shared the channel just a moment ago. So 2 stolen base picks that I like for today's action are Tony Kemp and George Springer. Make sure you guys are asking your questions, firing away, whether it's fantasy football or sports betting, here to help you out. Ramondre Stevenson or Najee Harris, really tough one. I think I'm leaning just slightly towards Ramondre, just slightly, but I think those are very even players, Landon. Rate my 12-man league. G. Smith, Henry, Harris, Diggs, Smith, Higbee, Thomas. I love Thomas as a backup insurance policy to the 2 wide receivers you have. I think the 2 running backs you have are bell cows. So if you're in a PPR league, may not be as valuable, but they're good, consistent running backs that you know are going to get, 20 touches a game, so that's good there. Tyler Higbee's where I kind of have my doubts. I feel like there are other better tight ends to look to. Look if there are still any rookie tight ends available. Sam Laporta. Someone just mentioned the other day Musgrave of the Packers. I don't have him on my radar, but maybe you should check him out. Mayer from Notre Dame, who's now with the Vikings. I certainly like him. And additionally, I would also consider, if Dalton Kincaid's still available, I would take him, but he's gone in most leagues. George Springer, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs is a question we're getting from YouTube. The question about George Springer, hits, runs, RBIs, the answer is I like it, so I'm putting it up on the board. You guys can find all of my picks on the SHARPZ app. So if you're curious about all of my plays, you can find all of them. Throughout the course of the show, we give out as many as we possibly can. All you got to do is hit the share button, or if you follow the show, for every person that follows the show, we give out picks for that, because obviously we want to say thank you for supporting the show. Landon, what's the trade that everyone's talking about? I love Hurts, A.J. Brown, Cortland, and Pollard for Diggs. Oh my God. I'm with everybody else. I would not do that trade. I agree with everybody who just responded to that. Egg, don't do that. With that said, Cope Cowboy just hit the follow button and is a part of this Butt Fumble Sports community. So I want to say thank you by giving out a pick. And it allows me to also answer a question that we just got in. The answer is, I don't like Marcus Simeon over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I like Marcus Simeon over half a run. Just over half a run. I know that is both conservative and aggressive all at the same time. So the over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs does feel like a bit of a trap to me, Jorge. I am more in favor of the over half a run. When you guys share the channel or you follow Butt Fumble Sports, we give out picks. Have you done your draft yet? No, I actually have 4 drafts over the next 3 days, and I'm taking a trip overseas, so we've got a lot going. By the way, despite going overseas for the next 2 weeks, I will continue to be live. I may just be sleepy or it may be a crazy time, but I promise to be live for the start of football season, for your fantasy drafts, for everybody. Hello, Candyman. Great to see you. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. If you are, tap that screen on TikTok. If you are also in favor of the show, why not share it with others? Let people know that Butt Fumble Sports is here. Make sure you guys let others know about the show. How do I like Houston on the run line? The answer is I don't. If I do like any play, I like the Astros on the money line, but on the run line, I'm very nervous about the Tigers covering. They've been better in that series. I know yesterday was bad, but I actually think they've been competitive for the most part. So, Top Dog is asking about Luis Ariz over 1.5 bases. Top Dog, I like the thought. I just don't go with that play. I went with Luis Ariz over half a single. That's the play that I went with Luis Ariz. If you guys want more of my picks, here's what you do. Hit that share button on TikTok Live. The more you share the channel, the more picks I'll give out. Am I going with the Phillies on the run line is a question that we just got in. And the answer is, drumroll please, yes. I do like the Phillies on the run line, so I'm putting that one up on my board as well. So answering that question, how many plays do you make a day? Somewhere between about 65 and 85 a day usually. By the way, with unit amounts that are absolutely conservative, I will be completely honest with you guys. My unit amount since I started placing about all of those bets ranges between $0.50 to $5. I'm not crazy. I'm not Portnoy. I'm not some gambler out in Vegas. Because I put so many bets out there, I started a company. I started Butt Fumble Sports. I have other responsibilities in life. So I'm not trying to spend money I don't have, but I do love sports betting. I love fantasy sports. I put down probably, anywhere from $50 a day, but we do well enough. We have our good days. Yesterday was a bad day. Yesterday we went off at probably a 48, 47% win rate. That stinks. We're usually at about 65. So that's what we're looking for. Gamblers Anonymous. No. When you're putting down that many bets, but you're only spending a small amount, it's not that bad. By the way, I could stop tomorrow. I do it because I enjoy it, and really I do it because I want to put down plays that I give out. I think it's kind of nonsense when people say, oh, I would take this bet, and it's like, okay, did you put your money down on it? And even if it's 50 cents, even if it's $1, even if it's $5, there is something about being committed to the fact that I'm telling you guys how to spend your money. You guys have been generous enough to spend your time watching my content. You've been generous enough to listen to my advice. I want to make sure that I back up my word. I'm a man of my word. Butt Fumble Sports, we don't take ourselves too seriously, but at the same time, hey, if we're not betting on it, why should we be advising you to do it? And by the way, do I think you guys should be putting 85 bets down a day? No. Find the few that you really like. Thank you so much for the heart. Find the few plays that you like a day. If there's a game that you really like, if you're like, oh, that Angels game, I really like that game. I'm curious what Butt Fumble Sports thinks. Then maybe go to SHARPZ, check out the few plays from that game that I like, hit that tail button, and boom, you found a couple plays to go with. Anyways, let me get back to answering some of your questions. Kyle Klein, great to see you. Best community around. Really appreciate that. By the way, Top Dog says he hits 55-60% of his bets. That's insane for 55-60 bets. Top Dog, you know it. Jorge, I do like Riley Green over half a hit. He's got good numbers against the starting pitcher. He has not been hitting the ball well lately. That's the only thing that has me a little bit concerned. But I do like Riley Green. Justin Verlander, just over half a hit. That's all I'd go. I have picks 12 and 13. Who should I draft? JT, are you in a PPR league or in a non-PPR league? I'd be curious to know. Lansing Moore, I would not take the Rays on the run line. No. I think the Yankees can cover today. I could even see the Yankees winning. I'm not betting on the Yankees winning because I am not doing that anymore. I'll take the Yankees to cover at best. Elliot, I didn't get to my WNBA picks. I had so many MLB things to get to that I wasn't able to check out my WNBA picks. So we might do that later in the show. We might check out those In fact, if you guys want WNBA picks, let me know. If we get one of our live goals, we need 2 for our live goals. If we get 1 live goal, we will do WNBA picks. How about that? B is hitting the weights. How about B? How about this? B, if you give 5 more weights, we'll do WNBA. How about that to say thank you? Rank DK, Amari, Keenan Allen for fantasy. I'll go with Amari Cooper number 1, DK number 2, and Keenan Allen number 3. Do I like the Red Sox on the run line? The answer is yes. I like the Red Sox to cover. Thoughts on Jacobs now that he's official? I think that he's going to have a good year, over 1,000 yards. I don't think he gets the production that he got last year. Do I like the Blue Jays to cover today? Blue Jays -1.5. I like the Blue Jays on the money line, but I could see them covering today against Noah Syndergaard. He has been bad, but you see Kikuchi at home. I could see it, Top Dog. I'm not putting my bet there. I'm not putting my money there, but I am considering it. Okay, I just made a promise. Dodgers on the money line today. Kyle Klein likes it. The only problem is I like the starting pitcher favoring the Red Sox. That's why I like the Red Sox to cover today. Speaking of plays that we like, it is time to do our SHARPZ Play of the Day segment. Our SHARPZ Play of the Day segment. Make sure you guys download SHARPZ. That way you can tail all of my picks. I have, we want to go through the WNBA. I promised that I would do WNBA if B made it happen. B, it is up to you. You asked about that Sun game. So, I'm going to look over at the Sparks and Sun. We'll do our research on that one. Really interesting to me for the WNBA picks as a part of our SHARPZ play of the day. Let's go jump over and look at this one, because there are actually two trends that really stand out to me when it comes to this Sparks and Sun game. First one being, I like the Sun to cover. I'm going to take the alternative line here, but you're not going to get too much of an alternative line on this game. It's -6. So if you are going to move it, it's just going to be by a little bit. -6, I do like the play. I would go with this one. So writing it up on the big board right here, that is the Sun, -6. Sparks just don't cover when they go across to the East Coast. I know that the Sparks have been hot of late covering, but I'll take the Sun, -6. On that game, I like the under. Sparks, Sun, I'm going under on that game. To answer your question, B, I want to just quickly jump over, see the alternative line I could get it at. Let's bump it up. By the way, Sportsbook's getting smarter about WNBA action. I can get the under at 161.5. That's exactly what I'll do. So, as a part of our SHARPZ play of the day segment, WNBA, Sun, -6, Sparks, Sun, under 161.5. If you guys want more WNBA picks, just let me know. Ethan's in a 16-man league. God bless you, that's tough. Watson, Chubb, Walker, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Ayuk, Hawkinson, Zay Flowers, Patriots defense, and Justin Tucker. Ethan, brav the frick O. If that's your team in a 16-man league, either you play with absolute morons or you did a brilliant job of drafting. I love that team, and that is really hard to come away with that many quality players in a 16-man league. Are you a little loaded up on the Browns offense? Sure, but certainly not a bad play. If you guys want more of my picks, make sure you follow us, Butt Fumble Sports, on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. You can get all of my plays on the SHARPZ app. If you want to get access to my picks, make sure you DM us on Instagram, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. I'll share a link with you guys with a referral code. Eckler or Tyree at 104. I prefer Eckler. In both a half and in a full PPR league. I'd rather have the running back, more valuable to me. Taylor and Bijan for my running backs. T. Young, think you did a really good job there. If you guys want more of my picks, make sure you share. Make sure you hit that share button on TikTok Live. Top Dog's asking about the Mariners' first 5 on the money line. Already have that one up on the board, Top Dog, so you don't need to worry about it. I really like that play. Make sure you guys hit that share button. WNBA, Dream, Fever, need those bets locked in. Let's look at the Dream and Fever game really quick. Again, as a part of our SHARPZ play of the day segment, looking at the WNBA. And that was the Dream and the Fever. Trend on that game leans towards the Dream. I lean towards the Dream in that game, so we have to look at taking the Dream on the cover. Right now, the Dream plus 1.5. I want to bump that up. This is a better one to take on, actually. Better alternative line. So I can take the Dream at plus 5.5. Dream plus 5.5 is another pick that we like in our SHARPZ play of the day segment. I also like the over in that game, but not enough to bet it. So I wouldn't bet the over. I like it, but I wouldn't put money down on it. So those are 3 picks for the WNBA that we like so far. Elliot Robinson, appreciate the rose. If you guys want certain picks, Elliot Robinson, let us know what you like. Because you gave the rose, I'll help you out with whatever you need. PPR, I have the 12-13. Who should I target? I mentioned that earlier. Look for some running backs who go across the board on that turn. Sean shared the channel. Sean, appreciate that so much. Let's give out some more picks, everybody. Next pick that I'm going to give out, MLB game pick that I'm going to give out, is going to be, probably not a shocker for you guys, is going to be the Orioles on the money line. Orioles on the money line today. Not a crazy one. Macy Toru. Macy Toru, it is so good to see you. I haven't seen you in a minute. It is so great to see so many regulars as a part of the show and people who are becoming regulars. I just got to say, I love this community. You guys are real sports fans. You support us. I love the questions. Let's give out a bunch of picks to say thank you to everyone who's a part of the show. Rockies and Orioles. I like the over 7.5 in that one. Rockies and Orioles. I like yes to a run in the first inning on that game. Speaking of runs in the first inning, going back to that Phillies game, Cardinals and Phillies, I would take yes to a run in the first inning on that game, and probably not surprising to you, I would also take Cardinals, Phillies, over 7.5 runs. So Cardinals, Phillies, over 7.5 is another play that I like. Which wide receiver can Pollard get in exchange? I would really push the envelope and see if you could get a Garrett Wilson, a Jalen Waddle, especially if there's a Cowboys fan in your league who's just itching to get him on his team. JJ, Wilson, Ridley for the flex. Thoughts? T. Young, hard to do much better than that. We have gotten a bunch of shares coming our way, so let's give out some more picks. Ask about some dogs in these games. Do you have set times you come on or just random? Sean, we are going to be live. Well, it's going to be a bit random because I'm going to be overseas for the next 2 weeks. So it is going to be a bit random, but we've been trying to do 5 p.m. on the weekdays, at about 11 or 12 on the weekends, especially with football, college football, NFL. We'll be on live pretty early on the weekends once the NFL season starts. That said, I certainly am going to try to be on every single day to help you guys out before the football season starts. Asking about some dogs today, I would keep your eyes on the Oakland A's to cover. Again, I'm not necessarily picking dogs to win, Lansing Moore, but I have got plenty of dogs that I like to cover today. I like the A's to cover, the Athletics. Here's my question. Can I get the A's at plus 2.5? I want to quickly jump over and see if that play is available. Pollard and Sutton for CeeDee Lamb. Okay, it's an okay trade. I actually don't like it that much because I don't think you're getting enough value in return. I think he's getting more production back. B, thank you so much for the lightning. I'm not going to do that crazy NPC stuff. That stuff is weird as hell. Dodgers and Red Sox. I like the Red Sox to cover. I'm going Red Sox to cover. Someone was just asking about, though, I was giving out the A's. I wanted to see if I could get them plus 2.5. The answer is no, I can't. It's going to be A's to cover plus 1.5. Paul Blackburn on the mound in that one. Pick 102. Christian McCaffrey. Brent, it's Christian McCaffrey. I'm not high on Ridley. I think Kirk is a dog and will be targeted more. I like Anime. I think that's not a bad call. I don't think it's terrible. Saquon or Pollard. Very interesting. I'm going to lean just slightly towards Saquon. Just slightly. But I think it's very close. It's all about health. Do drafts on underdogs? If so, what do you think about it? We will do DFS lineups. We're going to do plenty of DFS lineups throughout the course of the season, so you don't have to worry about that. Oh, yeah, if you guys, someone just said they like the hoodie. Butt Fumble Sports, you can find this on our website, buttfumblesports.com. You can find merch. We have plenty of merchandise, NFL, MLB, college basketball. We're going to have some college football coming in the next few weeks as well. PK, what's up? I don't mean to be dodging you. What's up? B, I like the Marlins. Is Jalen Hurts in the third round too early? No, he's been going consistently in the third round. Can I start Amari Cooper and Njoku in a PPR? Yes, you can. I'm not crazy about it, but they're both high target guys, so actually I do think it's okay. Jeremy, Cup. Oh, PK, good morning. Good morning, PK. It's wonderful to see you. Cup, Hill, Kelsey, 106. I would go Hill first, then Kelsey, then Cup. I'm not big on Cooper Cup. How about any late round wide receivers? There are a lot of rookie wide receivers to keep your eye on. Tank Dell is one to have your eye on, the wide receiver for the Houston Texans. Jonathan Mingo, the wide receiver for the Carolina Panthers might be someone to keep your eye on. Michael Taylor may fall to later in some drafts. Obviously, the rookie wide receiver, Zay Flowers. Keep your eye on him. Some people are trying to sell me on Jalen Hyatt, but I'm not there. I think that the Chiefs have probably 3 wide receivers that you could probably draft who are sleepers. I'm not going to say all of them, but you know who they are. Blue Jays on the run line. Doghouse breaks too. That is one I'm not going to bet. I'm just going to take him on the money line and fold it into some parlays. But I do think with Noah Syndergaard on the mound, it isn't a bad bet to make. What do you think about having Jahmyr Gibbs and Rachaad White? I'd like to have another running back. I still think you're walking a tightrope a little bit there. I think Jahmyr Gibbs is a good RB2. I think Rachaad White is a decent flex RB2 kind of running back. You don't have a true RB1. Thoughts on McCaffrey and Debo in the same lineup? No issue there. Cooper Kupp at 4 in a 12-man? Nope. Don't like it. Don't like it. PK 12 to 29th. I'm going to wait to send a trade for JT until the 29th. Very interesting. Yeah. You might want to wait. Just play it long. See how it goes. Squealers. What's good? Thank you for the roses. Certainly appreciate that. Getting my flowers here on this Sunday morning from you guys. Hope you guys love our content. We are going to be live on TikTok every single day. I'm going overseas for 2 weeks, and I'm still going to be live on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick, just like we are today. Can you agree that Notre Dame will get killed by any team that's worth something? Kyle, I think Notre Dame's a little bit better than people think. Our college football analyst and I disagreed yesterday. I like Notre Dame to cover. He liked Navy. I thought that was more about Navy has a lot of issues. I think Navy's in a complete rebuild. Should we draft JT? Wait on it. PK, the deadline is definitely something to be mindful of, but also whoever drafts JT, is it a sucker or is it somebody who knows his stuff about fantasy football? Best MLB bet today. Mariners on the money line. Mariners on the money line is probably my favorite. Orioles on the money line is certainly up there. Oh, the Phillies on the money line is certainly up there as well. Those are 3 bets that I really like today. Padres to cover plus 1.5. Conservative Gary. I also like the Padres plus 1.5. Michael Wacha. Michael Wacha has been outstanding this year. He has been phenomenal. So that is definitely one that I like. I actually owe you guys a couple picks because every time you guys share the channel, we give out some picks. So let me also give out, I like the Giants to cover tonight against the Atlanta Braves. I know that's going to surprise some of you, but I think that Giants game, they're going to cover the plus 1.5. We got another share of the channel, so let's give out another pick. I like the Rangers on the money line, but I like the Twins to cover the plus 1.5. So Rangers money line, but Twins to cover. Appreciate all of those who are members of this Butt Fumble Sports community. Make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you're following us. And again, if you want all of my picks, here's what you do. DM me, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. I'll share a link with you guys with the referral code. You download the app SHARPZ. It's free to download it. Then you hook up your DFS or your sports book. And that way, if you like a pick of mine, you can literally hit the tail button. Takes you right to your sports book, and you can bet my plays. I've done it with actually some of the people here. So interestingly enough, Kyle Klein, who's watching right now on YouTube. Kyle, I tailed one of your picks. So thanks for helping me cash. Can I give you a home run call? Does that mean you want me to broadcast a home run? I'm just playing. That was a bad dad joke. Someone I like to hit a home run today. I'll give you a couple. I like Corey Seager. Corey Seager to hit a home run. PK. Getting some love. Yeah. Corey Seager to hit a home run. I like Cal Raleigh. Cal Raleigh of the Seattle Mariners to hit a home run. And additionally, I also like Brandon Belt. Brandon Belt. Those are my home run picks for the day. Hope you guys love the content. Appreciate you sharing the channel. Josh Lauda hit a home run. JT, okay, interesting call. Not terrible. He's been hot of late. Tell me what you think of my draft from last night in a home league. K-Dog, go for it. Fire away. ATL. Ivan, the money line I'm not crazy about. I think it's going to be a wild game. I think it's going to be two bullpen-heavy bullpen-heavy teams. So that's one of the reasons I like the Giants, just to cover. By the way, Sean, Ryan Mountcastle, I really like as well. I really want to take Ryan Mountcastle. I didn't put a bet down on him. I like him a lot. I took him on a different bet. I did take Ryan Mountcastle on over 1.5 bases because I do like him to hit a home run today, but I didn't bet the home run. I cashed on him the other day, so I didn't go back to the well. Egg, my A.J. Brown, Pollard, and Wallard for Jefferson and Travis Kelce. Or Travis Etienne, rather. I thought we nixed that because I thought you gave too many pieces on the other side. Squealers, drafting at 2 p.m., 14-team PPR. I have 5. Leaning towards Kelce or hero running back strategy. I'd go hero running back strategy. Look, Bijan Robinson, if Austin Eckler is there, I actually think this is what you should do, Squealers. Listen to me here. I think that either Jamar Chase, Austin Eckler, or Tyreek Hill is going to be available. I would rather have all 3 of them than Travis Kelce. I understand a lot of people would take Travis Kelce at 5. I think it's 2 spots too early. I think Bijan Robinson is interesting. I would consider him, but I think it's a pick or 2 early, just like Kelce. It's Eckler, it's Chase, it's Hill, because Jefferson and McCaffrey, those are the top 5. I just named them. So that's what I would do. Jake, what's good? So great to see you back in the show, Jake. K-Dog, you have Chase, Wilson, Ridley, Flowers. Love the wide receivers. You nailed it there. Jacobs, Pacheco, love it. Cook, Pierce. This is a great team. Phenomenal team. Really well done. Love the team, K-Dog. Did a great job. How would you make my trade better? Make sure you're getting good value in return. Make sure you're getting good value in return. Where should we take Alvin Kamara? I think maybe the 6th round, 7th round. About there. I took Kelce at 9. That's an appropriate place to take Kelce. I think 5's too early. 9 is appropriate. Jorge, we're taking bases. Oh, sorry, I didn't put it up here. Over 1.5 bases. My bad. Thank you, Jorge, for catching me. Thank you for catching me. I guess a league I'm in, 2 tight end. What do you recommend, Kyle Klein? For a 2 tight end league, I would get someone like a David Njoku and either pair him with like an Evan Ingram or a Dalton Kincaid, a Sam Laporta. Try to pair, two guys who are going to be starters every week who are going to get consistently 5-6 targets. If you guys want to get all of our picks, make sure you download the SHARPZ app. You can DM me on Instagram, Buttfumble Sports on Instagram. I'll share a link with you guys with a referral code. Obviously, the referral code helps us. So if you want to help out Buttfumble Sports, we can share that code with you, the referral code. Download the app. You can see all of my picks there. All of my picks. That also will be a place where I put DFS lineups as well, so you can tail all of those. We have a new sponsor coming on in a few days, so a lot going on here. Squealers, what's good? Appreciate you. Where's your scientist jacket? We went with this instead, this comfortable Buttfumble Sports hoodie. Jordan Montgomery over 17.5 outs is a question we're getting in. We like answering questions for you guys to make sure that you guys get the best out of our show and obviously are able to cash as many tickets as possible. While this loads up, we will answer a question here. Sean took a lot of Kareem Hunt very late. Kareem Hunt. I wouldn't touch Kareem Hunt right now. I would not touch Kareem Hunt right now. Jordan Montgomery, over 17.5 outs is a good play. Look at how much green's up on our screen. If you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, that is a lot of green up on the screen. So the answer is yes. We do love that play. Good call by Top Dog. Jordan Montgomery over 17.5 outs. But that said, it's been very snug, so you might be sweating it. What round would you take Kamara? I answer that the 7th round. Second draft at 7 p.m., 12-team half PPR. I'm drafting 10th. Who would you go with? I feel like you might get someone who falls. If Kelsey falls, if Bijan Robinson falls. Stephon Diggs is interesting there. Nick Chubb is actually who I would really target at 10, unless someone from my top 9 falls to that spot. You have any investors in your company? Nope. Own the 100% of the company. And as I got to celebrate with you guys the other day, we have the trademark on the name and on the logo. So, Butt Fumble Sports, we're incorporated. We are trademarked. So, Butt Fumble Sports, real company. We own it entirely ourselves. Bob Jeff Supreme is asking, how about Pollard and A.J. Brown for Jefferson and Travis Etienne? So I mentioned this a little bit. I'd like to get a little bit more value. Can you get a throw in on the, if you're getting Jefferson and Etienne back, see if you can get a little bit more. Either side, I think that is such an even trade. It's so even that I feel like you might as well keep the players you have almost. I really don't know who wins that side, so maybe try to find a way to get a little advantage for your side. How does Michael Wacha over 4.5 strikeouts look? Let's take a look at it really quick. He's been pitching so well over really, not just the entire season, but specifically over the last 30 days, over the month of August. Brilliant. Under on strikeouts, though, is the better play. Under on strikeouts. Under 4.5. Interesting. So under 4.5 is the better trend. Is the better implied probability. But this... It's because on the road he does not strike out as many hitters. So at home he's a better strikeout pitcher. But his last 3 games on the road, he has gone under 4.5 strikeouts. So Drew, 73-82, think the under today. Matt, 12-man PPR, Lawrence, Chubb, Dobbins, Diggs, Keenan Allen, Cooper, Kincaid, Kirk, James Cook. Okay, I really like this team overall. Not crazy about Keenan Allen, but I really like Christian Kirk, so that's a very strong team. I give it like a B+. Pick 2, back-to-back picks at 12. Diggs, CeeDee Lamb, Wilson, Amon-Ra, St. Brown. Man, that's really tough for me. That's really tough. I'm gonna go with CeeDee Lamb, and I'm gonna go Amon-Ra. No, I'm gonna go CeeDee Lamb and Wilson. Should I trade Terry McLaurin when I got Hill, Ayuk, and Deontay Johnson? I mean, it's not a great time to trade him. His value is at its lowest point, so not a great time. Who would you take 3.5 PPR? Top 3 picks are Justin Jefferson, Christian McCaffrey, Austin Eckler. Whoever falls from that group, I'd take Pedro. Cubs or Pirates? I take the Pirates plus 1.5. See, Matt, I'm not as big on Stephon Diggs. There are reasons for me to be a bit concerned about that. If you guys have questions about today's picks, make sure you share the channel. That's all you got to do. And reminder, Butt Fumble Sports is going to be live every single day the remainder of 2023. That's a commitment I'm making to you guys. We went through about 2.5 months of going live without a break from May through July. We are going to try to duplicate that streak through the end of the year. I want to be live on TikTok Live at least every single day to give out fantasy advice, waiver wire watch, trade advice, start flex sit advice, and of course help you out with your sports bets. So if you like our content, if you want to make sure that you get it every single day, hit that follow button. That way you know we're live every single day. You'll know the time. You'll get the alert. Butt Fumble Sports. Make sure you're following us. Sean, sorry if I missed it. Verlander on strikeouts. We haven't given that one away. Let's check it out. Justin Verlander on strikeouts. Only a few minutes left of our show, so make sure you ask your questions and, of course, hit that follow button. Under 6.5 strikeouts appears to be the better play. Under 6.5 strikeouts. Under. 10-man Dynasty League. Dak, Bijan, Najee, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Wilson, Olave, Laporta, London. It's a really strong team, A-Stone, especially for a Dynasty League. I really like it. Ivan, I like the Red Sox plus 1.5. Red Sox plus 1.5. Again, if you guys want to tail all of my picks, DM us, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. I'll share a link and a referral code, and that way you can download SHARPZ and tail all of my picks. By the way, getting all of my picks, it's free. Free to download the app. You don't have to pay any money. 6-team league. Should I take Kelsey second overall? Second overall? No. In a 6-team league? No. Second round pick, maybe. Chase, Wilson, Olave, Andrews, Burrows, Connor, Breece Hall, Javonte Williams in a 10-man league. Really like the receivers, love the quarterback. Your running backs could be a little bit better. Ivan Smith, I'd go Yankees to cover. Yankees plus 1.5. Yankees plus 2.5 if you can get it. Let me throw that one up here. I haven't given that one out yet. Yankees plus 1.5. That one's up on the board. Would I like Harper on bases? It's tough. He's been red hot of late, but the pitcher is good against left-handers. I'm not as crazy about him today. I think it probably cashes, but not crazy about it. Bob Jeff Supreme, I don't think that's enough of an up. Okay, actually, yeah, I do like that. I do like that trade now. Bob Jeff Supreme, I do like that trade. Tank Dell over 35.5 yards. In week 1, we'll have to look at that. D-Gen betting is right. Hit that vein. Like, strap in, heat up the spoon, get the needle ready. Who would you pick in a Nationals-Marlins game? I take the Marlins on the money line. Marlins on the money line. If you guys don't know already, I absolutely love Butt Fumble Sports' community. I love you guys so much. Hope you guys are just having the most fun watching our show. Hope you guys get a lot of good information out of it. If you like us, if you like the show, make sure you hit the follow button. We are working our way towards 50,000 followers on TikTok, so make sure you follow us on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Kick, all our platforms. We are going to be live every day. Make sure you hit that follow button, everybody. Who wins the trade? Wilson and Olave for Tyreek Hill and Kirk. I like Wilson and Olave. I think they are the winners. Mateo, 12-man league. Hurts, Eckler, Monty, CeeDee Lamb, Cooper, Kittle, London, Addison. Think it's really strong. Make sure you got another running back to fall back on if Montgomery's production isn't as good as Jamal Williams was last year. Padres, Brewers today. Ivan, I would take Padres plus 1.5. If you want some of my exclusive plays, make sure you hit us up. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. That's Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. I'll share a link with you guys with a referral code to SHARPZ so you can chase all of our plays. If Locke starts for Seahawks, woof. If Geno or Easton starts, yay. Don't worry, Geno Smith is going to be the starter. Don't worry about it. Hey, King, who should I take number 2 in a Dynasty League? It really depends on who's available. It's about the running backs. If Bijan Robinson is available, I would certainly consider him for a Dynasty League. A Dynasty League with so many running backs probably already claimed. I think Bijan Robinson in that rookie year, if he doesn't go first overall, he is a good one to take. I already have Chase and Pollard traded for Eckler. Who do you think I should hold on to? Oh, yes. Willow, yes. Or Will, yes. Duffel Bag, what's good? How you doing today? Answering all of your questions. Duffel Bag, I am so pumped as well. It is draft day for Butt Fumble Sports, is one of our leagues. Actually, the league in which I'm a commissioner, so I'm very excited about it today. Oakland White Sox. Who do I like in that one? I like the White Sox on the money line. I like Oakland to cover. Thoughts on Jordan Love? I was not big on him. Probably prematurely. He's had some nice passes. That said, I need to see it in real time. I need to see it against live defenses that are trying to rip his head off. He's made some really nice throws, but I need to see a couple weeks of real production for me to actually fall in love with Jordan Love. Thoughts on Lyon and Goff? I think Jordan Goff is going to be maybe a bit more interception prone this year, but I think he's going to be a solid quarterback for the Lions. Who should I take first? John, are you in a PPR league or a non-PPR? John, let us know. PPR or non-PPR? Final few minutes of the show, everybody. If you have questions, comments, if you want any more advice, get those questions in now. Running out of time. Reds or Arizona? I actually didn't go with a pick in that game. Didn't like it. What do I think about Kenneth Walker III? Could think he could be a good RB2 for a lot of fantasy owners. John, in a PPR league, I would go with Justin Jefferson. I'd go in a PPR league with Justin Jefferson. Should defenses and kickers be streamed? Streamed? Make sure you guys are getting them later. Don't take your kicker and defense too early. Don't be that guy. Make sure you guys are following us every single week. You like do you like the Mariners to put up some runs today? Yes, I do. Final few minutes of the show, everybody. Make sure you're hitting that follow button. Butt Fumble Sports is going to be live every single day. By the way, I might be live during my live draft tonight if you guys want me to. So, where can you do an NFL draft for money? Ivan, we've got something for you here. Might have something pretty soon with this sponsor. Tommy Gunn, thank you so much for following Butt Fumble Sports. So great to have you as a part of this amazing community. Chiefs and Lions prediction. I'm going to take the I'm going to take the Chiefs on the money line. Chiefs on the money line. Haven't dove into that game in heavy detail just yet. Probably if I had to go in any direction, I'm probably taking the Lions to cover after I buy a 1.5. So I would take the Lions at +9 and take the Chiefs on the money line. Again, that is for the first game of the year. Right now, I would probably go Chiefs on the money line. I would buy a 1.5 and take the Lions +9. First overall in a non-PPR, Christian McCaffrey. Tommy Gunn, I'd take Christian McCaffrey. Did I make a mistake drafting Breece Hall? No, Coke. I think you're okay. Duffel Bag, I so appreciate the support. You guys are awesome. You guys show me the praise. You guys are so supportive. You're so loyal. I am so grateful for all of those that join us every single day. We have been live for 1 hour across all of our platforms. YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick. If you watch our show on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick, you see all of our picks on the screen. You see our research done in front of you. If you watch the show on TikTok, you just get a fun experience with our sponsors in the background. Ivan, we will be doing some of that, but we have a sponsor that's coming on board. I actually have a contract in my email inbox that I need to sign and get back to them. So that's what I'm going to do right now. That is our show for this Sunday, August 27th. Believe it or not, folks, we are just 2 Sundays away. 2 Sundays away from NFL football, everybody. Like, you've made it. You've made it, because next week is college football, real college football. That'll carry us through the weekend. This is the last Sunday. This is the last Sunday without a good football game to watch, everybody. You did it. You made it. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of all of you. You're golfing. You're being good with the wife or the husband. You being a good father or mother. You doing your chores. You running your errands. You being so productive over all of these weekends. Over all of these Sundays. I am so, so proud of you. And by the way, guess what happens this upcoming weekend? Next weekend, 1 week from today, you get to be a degenerate again. You get to gamble on college football. In 2 Sundays, it's NFL. Guess what happens in 2 weeks from now? 7 hours of commercial-free football starts. Can you get Can you get pumped? We are so excited. I literally have chills. I have chills, everybody. 2 Sundays from now, from literally right now, the Octo Box is going to be live. I cannot wait, everybody. I cannot wait. It is going to be beautiful. We are going to be live. We're going to do live betting. Amazing. Amazing. Duffel bag. I know it's a wonderful thing. I hope you guys have enjoyed our show today. I really appreciate all the support you guys show us every single day, every single show. Make sure you guys hit that follow button. No matter where you're watching, no matter the platform, make sure you hit that follow button. Butt Fumble Sports on TikTok. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. And Sports Fumble on Twitter, X. You can find us on all of these platforms. If you want to tail all of our picks, DM us, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. DM us, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. I'll share a link with you guys. You can download the app using my referral code. The app is SHARPZ, and that way you could tail all of my picks. Are we going to go to any games this year, PK? We might. We went to a game last year, but really, probably not, because I'll want to be live so I can give you guys sports betting information, DFS information, fantasy football advice every Monday, every Thursday, every Sunday, and for the few Saturdays that it matters late in the season. Everybody, thank you so much for being a part of our show. As always, you can follow my plays on the SHARPZ app. As I say at the end of every show, say it with me, everybody. I hope you guys stay healthy. I hope you guys stay safe. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon and evening. And as always, I hope you cash a ton of tickets tonight. Have a great day. I'll probably jump on live later tonight. I have my fantasy football draft. I might come on during it, maybe come on after. But no matter what, we will be live tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern, everybody. Tomorrow we will be live. Monday, August 28th, we'll be live on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick at 5 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you join us then. Until then, have a great night, everybody. Hope you have a great night. Tommy Gunn will probably come on during our draft, so that way you can hear how I'm doing. Hope you guys have a great day. Good luck on your mock drafts. Good luck on your bets, and we'll see you later. Goodbye, everybody.